Hey there, Cannasaurus. It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also, the channel that was created by a retail investor for retail investors and home to the best MJ community. Today is Friday, October 4th. Happy Friday. Hope you're well. And in this video, we're going to do another rapid fire news update for the period September 28th to October 4th. And again, it's not a deep dive or anything like that. It's just a high level overview in case you missed it. And if you did, you can dive into it more on your own time. Before we get to it, make sure to smash the like. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. You can follow us over on X, formerly Twitter as well. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. As always, never a shortage of MJ news. I go through and I cherry pick the most relevant ones. This came from MJ Law Report. German president signs new law on taking MJ while driving. If you've been following this channel for a while now, I've been wondering how they're going to police this. And for the psychoactive MJ substance, THC, a limit of 3.5 nanograms per milliliter of blood will be established, similar to the zero point 0.5 milligram limit for alcohol. Strict rules apply for novice drivers and mixed consumption for alcohol. So seems like they're getting the technology, and it's going to be interesting too. Like people who need to take MJ as a prescription, right? Like, think of like. I don't know. Maybe if you have a certain, like if you're what's the word I'm looking for? If you're having seizures or something like that, right? Epileptic, then maybe you shouldn't be driving. I don't really know. It's hard to say, but there's other different types of diseases and ailments that people might be taking MJ for that. And at the end of the day, if you have a card, if you have a green card, is that going to sort of bypass that? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. Curious to hear what everybody else thinks in the comment section below as well. MJ Moment reports that Kamala Harris says we need to legalize MJ for the first time as a Democratic presidential nominee, and that was on a podcast. So that was with Matt Burns and Steven Jackson, and mentioned that they smoked MJ before meeting with her, which was kind of funny. Also, and I think, we're going to see maybe 10, 20 days before the election, we're really going to start to see both sides of the aisle start to pump MJ like you wouldn't believe into the elections. Also, Tilray Brands to announce first quarter fiscal year 2025 financial results on October 10th. And I did a video on this as well, an earnings prep video. If you haven't seen that, you can check that out. I just posted it a few days ago. And that's going to be for the period ending August 31st. And they'll be announcing those results before market open on October 10th. And then they'll have a conference call at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. I'll be doing my best to stream that live as well. And I'll be doing a review after the fact. So make sure you have the bell clicked and you'll be notified on any future videos. JD Vance's MJ legalization opposition is a notable vulnerability, leaked Trump campaign memo. So again, another, look at all the swing states, right? Those are big pro MJ people. So this very well could come down to swing states deciding the election, younger voters. And what are younger voters interested in? A lot are pro MJ, right? So they could use this as a way to sway swing states and sway young voters, and a huge vulnerability, in my opinion, for sure. All the more reason for them to start pumping this, 10 to 20 days before the election. Also, an article here from Green Market Report, how AI, artificial intelligence, can revolutionize the MJ industry. And this is something that I've been saying for a while as well, that, not just from a cultivation and, process standpoint, it's going to potentially, see scientific breakthroughs that otherwise wouldn't be possible, right? If we combine AI with all these different types of research and clinical studies, we could potentially see this cure different types of ailments and diseases, right? Something that, us humans might not be able to do on our own, but with the help of AI, they say in the article, the future of MJ looks bright, and AI is poised to play a pivotal role in shaping that future. So they talk about optimizing cultivation, streamline supply chain management, enhance marketing and customer engagement, improve regulatory compliance. So basically, cultivation, they can access the data in real time and they can give the plants exactly what they need when they need it. So yeah, there's so much potential here from an AI standpoint. Also true, not just AI, just from the medicine of the future in this plant medicine, but couple that with AI and it really is sky the limit at that point. Truly partners with Black Buddha MJ to launch premium products in Arizona and Pennsylvania. Stock extremely strong as it heads into the Adult Use Amendment 3 vote in November. Keep in mind, the more we run into that vote, the more it could be a sell the news of event type of event. So just be very mindful of that. Don't be scared to take profits leading into that. Also, RIV Capital CEO departs ahead of consortium merger. So not surprising really to see that happen. Also, MJ Moment reports that top congressional Democrats push DEA to swiftly reschedule MJ and continue to assess full legalization. So they say here they sent federal agencies continue to assess, yada, 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 whether further reform, including full descheduling of MJ, may be appropriate. In a letter sent to Attorney General Merrick Garland, DEA admin Ann Milgram on Tuesday, House Judiciary Committee ranking member Gerald Nadler and Energy Commerce Committee ranking member Frank Pallone stressed the scientific review directed by Biden. Admin demonstrated that MJ has less potential for abuse than other drugs and accepted medical use in treatment. So things are heating up, no pun intended. Also, Normal files notice of intent to participate in the DEA's MJ rescheduling hearing, which is slated for December 2nd. So just a couple months, a little under a couple months away at this point. Also from Cannatech today, Ukraine approves list of qualifying medical MJ conditions. So they continue to embrace medicine of the future as well. And game theory continues to play out. Speaking of earnings, Green Thumb Industries to hold third quarter 2024 earnings conference call on November 7th. So it will release its third quarter 2024 financial results after market close on Thursday, November 7th. And the conference call will be at 5 p.m. Eastern time on the same day. So we'll see if they can continue to shock the sector with their amazing performance and their extremely high margins. Trulieve as well. Also, Curaleaf continues to expand in Florida with the opening of Port St. Lucie, I think is how you pronounce it, dispensary. So as we know, a lot of these MSOs are vertical, right? So they seed to sale. So they have retail outlets as well. Whereas all of the Canadian MJ names, like Canopy Growth was into retail with Tokyo Smoke. They sold it, got out of it. And then actually Tokyo Smoke just went bankrupt. So there's basically no producers in Canada doing retail other than I think SNDL that I'm aware of, because SNDL is into alcohol retail as well, but they're a producer as well. So they're vertically integrated. But that's the only one I think I know, especially of the tier ones and even the tier 2s and 3s. Most are just producers and they don't do any retail at all. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, and then like how the high tides of the world disrupt some of these, once they enter the German market, once they enter the US, how is it going to eat into some of the profit and margins of these MSOs. Also, Trulieve sues Florida GOP over alleged misleading ads on MJ amendment. So I guess it was a defamation case, and we'll see what happens there. Also, beverage brewer Bubble Bud, which I've never heard of, says Health Canada's negligence is getting people too high. Imagine that. And they're an Edmonton-based company. They're urging the federal department to stop letting drinks with too much THC into the market. This is just odd because this is like the exact opposite of what I hear people say. They came out with drinks that were 2.5 milligrams, and a lot of people were saying it's too low, right? And I don't want to pay $3 or $4 or $5 for 2.5 milligrams, right? You can get a 10 milligram gummy now for like $2 at the store here in Canada. So that's Canadian. So that's like $1.60 US for 10 milligrams. So it's basically like nothing right now, right? But yeah, there's tons of drinks now, and the cap is 10 milligrams. So I don't even know what they must be smoking something. I don't know. Like here's a picture of somebody. Yeah, I mean, if you can't handle them, then yeah, like my brother, for example, like he's been smoking MJ for like 20 years. Right. And he does like 5 milligrams, 10 max with gummies and drinks. He's good with like 5 to 10. I can do like 30 or 40 milligrams, no problem at all. Right. And I'm feeling pretty good at that point. But like 5 to 10 for me wouldn't do sweet nothing. Right. But yeah, it's just you need to start low, go slow. And everybody's different. So I don't know. I see the need in like, 2 to 5 milligram drinks, but like, especially with those Molos, like the beer ones, right? if you're going to be drinking Molos and the beer equivalents, you probably want to have like 3 or 4, maybe even more than that. So you don't want like 10 milligrams in each one. I understand that. So maybe they're going to bring back, some of the 2 milligram ones, but we'll see what happens. Also, from Canatech today, the UK MJ legalization could generate 9.5 billion per year. Wow, that is no number to snark at, right? So again, just imagine Germany being the first in the EU, the UK comes next, right? And then the US. There's so much potential here. People have literally no idea what's coming. It's the tippy top of the iceberg. 99% of the iceberg is still submerged underwater. Also, South Carolina clears path for hemp beverages. This came out yesterday. And speaking of hemp beverages, get happy with these new calming THC canned drinks that taste like classic cocktails without any of the alcohol. So this was from the Daily Mail, and they're basically pumping the new Happy Flower drinks, the HDD9, so hemp-derived Delta-9 THC drinks from Tilray. And I just posted a video on that today as well. They updated it. It's now no longer Louisiana. All the states are the same. So what was it? Texas. See if I can remember. Texas. It's now Georgia instead of Louisiana. South Carolina, Florida, Minnesota. I think that's it. So there's like 5 to start. But yeah, they mentioned it on here, and nice to see that it's getting some attention. And like I said, I just posted a video today. They had the states change, and there was a couple product reviews for some people that actually got their products and tried it. So if you want to check out that video for the reviews on that, feel free to do so. But the website is drinkhappyflower.com. They're going to be coming out with a mojito one, I think, as well. There was also one on here with no sugar, but it disappeared. I saw it the first time I opened the site, and then it disappeared. So we'll see if that one comes back as well. But yeah, it's Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, Florida, and South Carolina. So yeah, I got it right. And it's free shipping on orders over $75 and only $10 shipping on other orders. So pretty cheap for drinks, right? They weigh a lot. So Ohio recreational MJ sales near 90 million in 7 weeks. Love to see it. Also, speaking of sales, Maryland, 97 million in MJ sold legally in September, 850 million so far in 2024. I always just find it hilarious when people say that MJ isn't big business, it isn't going to be very profitable, and there's not a lot of money to be made in MJ by these MJ companies. It's like, what friggin' planet are you living on? These are going to be high cash flowing businesses. All right, going in it there. Hope you enjoyed the video today. And if you did, I would appreciate a like. Let me know what you think of this news in the comment section below. We'll continue the conversation there. Once again, happy Friday. Hope you have a great weekend ahead. It's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you again on the next video.